Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1458.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about what is a crypto task force. Now, this is the first time in history we've had a crypto task force, so it's still being laid out in terms of what it is. But this was announced by the Securities and Exchange Commission on Tuesday, and it is aimed at developing clear regulations for the crypto industry. What the SEC said was, drawing from talented staff across the agency, the task force will collaborate with commission staff and the public to set the SEC on a sensible regulatory path that respects the bounds of the law. To date, the SEC has relied primarily on enforcement actions to regulate crypto retroactively and reactively, often adopting novel and untested legal interpretations along the way. Clarity regarding who must register and practical solutions for those seeking to register have been elusive. The result has been confusion about what is legal, which creates an environment hostile to innovation and conducive to fraud. The SEC can do better. Wow, does that not summarize everything we talked about in Rigged from the Start, the SEC's War on Crypto movie, the documentary that Fruition Productions put out last year? That is everything we've been talking about, and the term is lawfare, which means that it's regulation by enforcement action rather than regulation according to the law. And that is what we talk about when we discuss the case against Ripple and how the SEC accused Ripple of being a security back in 2020. So after 4 years of a very strenuous legal battle and hundreds of millions of dollars spent by Ripple in their legal defense, this is a welcome change to SEC policy. What we also know is the SEC announced that acting chair Mark Ueda has launched the Crypto Task Force, aiming at developing a comprehensive and clear regulatory framework for crypto assets. Now, this is in sharp contrast to the last administration and SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, who viewed crypto as the enemy of the industry. What industry? Specifically, the banking industry, which seemed to be what he was going to great lengths to try to help. During his campaign, President Trump promised a crypto-friendly administration for the $3.7 trillion industry, and I think what he's looking for is to develop a clear set of rules while addressing issues regarding the registration of cryptocurrencies. Hester Pierce, who was in the last administration's SEC, is leading the initiative and said, "We look forward to working hand in hand with the public to foster a regulatory environment that protects investors, facilitates capital formation, fosters market integrity, and supports innovation." The task force intends to hold public hearings and solicit input from the industry. It will work with federal departments and agencies, including the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. And many of us expect that some cryptocurrencies may be reclassified as commodities and be regulated under the CFTC, which Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has indicated would be the appropriate regulatory body to oversee them. Hester Pierce said this undertaking will take time, patience, and much hard work. It will succeed only if the task force has input from a wide range of investors, industry participants, academics, and other interested parties. Now, Hester Pierce was also the one that wanted the safe harbor, which was a crypto and investor-friendly legal framework which would answer the questions surrounding issuance of tokens. Hester Pierce said that she built an earlier iteration of the safe harbor plan after the initial coin offering ICO boom of 2017, when a lot of startups launched their own tokens, and there was not a lot of disclosure around them. Her safe harbor plan aimed to provide initial development teams with a 3-year grace period during which they could participate in and create a decentralized network and be exempt from registration provisions of the federal securities laws so long as certain conditions were met. While she said she hasn't laid out the details for the 3.0 Safe Harbor version yet, she's open to people tossing ideas her way. She said, "I welcome ideas not only on the token safe harbor, but more generally, if the SEC were to wake up tomorrow and say, we want to take a more productive approach, what would ideas look like and where would we need to spend our time? It's unreasonable to expect a new token project to have the same kind of disclosures and legal understanding as a company that's been around for 15 years and is doing an IPO, said Pierce. So we look forward to this crypto task force and all that they're going to do to get regulations clear and easier for companies to comply with. If you're thinking about your finances for next year and making some important decisions about who's going to be guiding you in those finances, consider joining the Be Wealthy and Smart VIP Experience, my personal investing insight group. Members of the VIP experience join once and then have lifetime access to invest with me for years to come. It includes monthly live webinars with me with live Q&A for me to answer questions, an asset allocation model for your stock portfolio so you know exactly what to invest in with symbols and what percentages to invest. And in addition, we offer a full crypto portfolio of cryptocurrencies to invest in, as well as private equity. So companies before they have an IPO or initial public offering. Buying them as a private business can often be a very lucrative investment if you're an accredited investor. We also have our own tech team. So we have individuals that can help you one-on-one to get you unstuck from any crypto situation you might find yourself in, whether that's setting up a wallet, transferring crypto, getting your first purchases made on exchanges, setting up limit orders. Our tech team is there to help you. We also have a private Facebook group where I interact many times a day with people and share articles, updates, market commentary, and interact with the greater VIP community. If this is something that is of interest to you, check out our limited time offer in the show notes below.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.